What is going on, everyone? Well, when we think about protecting our property, a lot of us think about, well, I'm going to use a weapon, I'm going to use myself, or some other means of protecting yourself and your property. But on this episode, I'm going to go over something a little bit different with you of how we're going to protect our property while we're not on site and during construction. Well, this is it. This is called the Defend camera from Tactacam, and it's a little bit different than your normal trail series cams and all that they offer. I'm going to go over those details after we get this installed. But we're going to power this with a solar panel that they sell separately. Basically, it has a built-in battery. The solar panel is going to charge. You fully charge this up, but it then stays charged via solar panel, and this is what's going to power this camera. And what's really cool about this camera is that you can mount it anywhere. We're going to mount it on a post for right now. We're going to move this around on the property while we are here during construction. You can mount this on a tree. You can mount this anywhere you want. The best position for this camera is to be at about 10 feet above the ground on a slight angle. But I'm going to go over all the details of this camera after we get it installed and all the cool things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig a hole here for a post to go in and keep it right at the beginning, the front part of the property, because the motion sensor part on this is about 100 feet out, and it has about, I think, 70-foot range of infrared for night vision. So we're going to put this right at the front of the property for right now to catch people coming in down the road. And then, like I said, I'm going to move this around on the property. But we haven't seen sun in about 2 weeks. If you notice in all my videos out here on the property, it has been cloudy and rainy. And the property is pretty wet right now, but ground's still pretty hard. All right, we got a 4x4 post put in. I'm probably gonna put some cross bracing either tomorrow or whenever, and just help support this pole. I wasn't sure how soft the ground was gonna be, etc. So it's gonna need some cross bracing, so we'll take care of that. But for right now, we're gonna mount this camera up on this pole with the solar panel, and we'll get into it. So they give you the bracket to mount it and hardware, but I'm gonna use my own hardware. But it's an adjustable bracket that can go up and down, and you can also change it left or right too with all thumb screws. So we're gonna get this mounted to the solar panel underneath it, and we'll be good to go. And it's simple as that. You screw it up, plug in your solar panel, the thing is starting to boot up, and that is it. And we'll kind of go over the app with you a little bit too and some of the specifications. All right, so we're up and running. I want to show you a photo that it took. And what this camera does, it does video, it does photo. You can request a video. After you see the photo, you can request that and it'll send it to the app. It also does live view. But right now, this camera is new that I purchased, so it has to update on the firmware, and then I'm gonna get the button on my screen that says live view. So you have live view, sound, audio, all that stuff with the camera, but you just have to have the appropriate plan to get that. I think you can get live view on all their plans, but if you get the lower plan, I think it only gives you like 3 live views that you can do a month, which for most people that probably actually work, but it always gives you a photo. And it's starting to rain again. But you can see here on the camera, hopefully you can see that on my phone, you can see the front of my truck, you can kind of see the road there. Hopefully you guys are catching this with any glare. So I'm gonna probably adjust that camera a little bit over, but it's giving me a photo right now. And all I gotta do, hopefully you guys can see this, is hit request video, and you'll get a live video, and this stores video, it stores photos on a cloud. I also have a 64 gigabyte memory card in this as well. I probably won't need it because I got the higher premium plan. It gives me unlimited and like a 1 year photo holding on the cloud or whatever, so it covers me basically without having the memory card. But I figured I'd put the memory card in there just because I had one laying around, so it'll give me a good backup. The camera itself cost me $150. And the plan that I have, the premium plan, is $175 for the whole year. and it gives me access to everything. So as soon as this firmware updates, which they say it takes about 48 hours, I'm sure it's going to happen sooner, then I'm going to have the live view option button on my app, on the Defend app, and I'm going to be able to hit live view and come and see everything. And what makes this camera appealing to me is that there's other ones out there on the market, but Tactacam sets up the SIM card in the camera itself, and you just purchase the plan from them and they take care of everything else. So it's not on my mobile device, it's on its own cellular plan, and it picks up the best coverage that's around it. So it could be, you know, AT&T right now, and then if that coverage falls down and Verizon's better somewhere else in the area, it's going to pick up that signal instead. So it's always going to keep a live stream. Where I'm at here right now, the service is not that great on my phone itself. I have like one bar, but the camera's working, and that photo of me actually coming, you know, in front of the camera, setting off the motion, sent me the photo pretty quickly. So you can use 12 AA batteries to power this camera. You can use a rechargeable lithium battery that they sell, or you can use the solar panel option that I got. And what I said before, that solar panel has a built-in battery, so you can charge it at home before you bring it out to your site, to your farm, wherever you need to set this up, your trail. You know, what's cool about this, that, you know, Tactacam makes trail cams, but this is a video, so I can put this out in the woods and actually physically see, you know, get the motion and physically see the deer, the bear, the fox, whatever, you know, going across the screen. And I can also just check live view at any time and just see what's going on around the feeder or whatever. So it's a very cool setup, I think, because it's low cost, and like I said, you don't have to spend that $175 in the plan. So you got $150 for the camera, and I think the minimum plan is $55 for the year. That's going to cover most of you. So for really $200 plus the rechargeable solar panel was another $60. So what are we at? Like $260. So like $260, $270. You're going to have a camera that has photo, video, and live view anywhere that you need it, which I think is a great option. Now, I don't really need it really great for security here. It's just for me to keep an eye on the property, because, you know, people are driving down here right now until we get a gate up and all that stuff. So I just like to see who's coming around. There's nothing here to really steal right now besides the camera itself, which that's one thing. Somebody could come steal this camera and then I'm out, you know, out of camera. But at least I'm going to get a good 4K clear shot of them, you know, maybe pulling in, getting their license plate, a visual, you know, photograph of their face, whatever, and I could at least give it to the cops, see if they can prosecute them. Another thing too is that I live close to the property, so if I see an alert go off, you know, in the middle of the night, if I'm up or if it wakes me up, I can be here within like 8 minutes. So if they're, you know, on the property looking around to do something bad, or, you know, just being nosy or whatever, I can probably be here before they leave. At least it gives you that sense of security when you're not around, and it's just something that we want to do. What the best part about this camera is going to be is when I start the construction of my house, I can move this to one of the, sounds like he's on the ladder. I'll mount this camera to one of the trees in the back, or I can, you know, mount the camera and turn it around on the pole and watch the construction of my house, see who's here. And if, you know, a contractor says, oh yeah, I was there all day, Ryan. Well, it's not what the camera says, John. It's another way that you can keep an eye on your construction sites. If you're a contractor, you can keep an eye on the progress of your house as a homeowner. You can keep an eye on your property. You can set it up on your trails. You can do whatever you want with this camera. And it's so easy. Just put a couple screws in, mount the hardware, plug it in. It's up and running after you set up everything, you know, on your account at Tactacam, and away you go. So it's really very easy to install. Anybody can do it with a couple screws, and you can have fun with it, guys. But let's take you up here real close. I'll show you up a little bit closer so you can see. This solar panel has like a Kevlar protection on it, and all I had to do is a USB-C is pre-charge this at home. I can set up my camera when I'm at the house, and right now my wife's probably getting the alerts because I'm in front of the camera. But you have an antenna up top here, which they, you know, suggest you to aim this up in the air, and it's going to catch, you know, the closest best cellular signal that you're going to get. And while I'm up here, I think I'm actually going to turn this while I'm up here. Give it a quick little turn there. There's gnats in my face, and away we go, guys. So we have a security camera that you don't need to have Wi-Fi or power for. It's self-contained, it's waterproof, it does all that good jazz. As I almost slipped off the ladder, and we have it mounted at the appropriate height that they suggest. We're about at that 9 foot mark. So I mean, yeah, from the ground you're not gonna be able to reach it, but if somebody comes up the ladder, yeah, they could go up and, you know, unplug it or whatever. But by then I'm already gonna have a photo of you doing that, or they can come around and just, you know, pull the post out, which is gonna be hard after I put some more supports on it. But it's a deterrent, guys. I mean, you're not gonna get full security when you're not anywhere, we know that, but, you know, anytime there's a camera or anything that a thief sees as a deterrent, it's going to help you and protect your investment. Hopefully, to me, that's worth it. It's just it makes you feel better when you're not around your property, or if you're watching livestock, you're watching, you know, like I said, you're on a construction site and you want to watch your equipment. It's a low cost security in a way, and at least you have, you know, 4K HD photos and video of something that you can give to the cops. You can download it onto the app, you can download it to your phone, then you could email it. You could email a license plate, 4K picture of their face, the truck that they're driving, or the car, whatever. So it's just a very simple, very well thought out app and camera setup that makes it easy for anybody to install. We know that this is not a foolproof security system for whatever you're watching, but at least it gives you some security in a way that you can, you know, have a photo or a video when you're not around, and at least have some proof, even for your insurance companies, that, hey, you know, my tractor was stolen. Here's the proof. Here's the actual video of it. Here's the person who did it. So it's going to help you for security, I mean, for insurance reasons as well. So that's another good thing too. You know, even with your property, guys. I mean, even when you building a house, somebody says, oh, I got hurt on the job, I fell off the roof. You know, you can leave that live view running all day and they'll say, well, I didn't see you fall off the roof. I mean, it's just, you can use a camera. You know, everybody videos everything these days, and a camera is pretty much catches everybody these days doing things they shouldn't be doing. It's not like the old days where we could do whatever we want and get away with it. So I'll let you guys go. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I appreciate you checking this video out. I'll leave a link in the description for the website for Tactacam. They also have trail cams and all that stuff too that does photos. But like I said, I think actually right now, while this video is going out, I think till August 27th, I think you can get 2 of those cameras for $200. So you can actually save $100. So as always, be safe on the water. I'll catch you in the water or hear from Race Acres. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll answer them as best I can. All right, guys, thanks. All right, don't mind my mix of everything over on this side of the garage right now, but I do want to show you guys the live view on the camera. So you go to the cameras. I got 2 cameras now. I actually added another one, guys. I got a good discount on the second one because they're running a special 2 for, like I said before, I think it's 2 for $200 going to the 27th or something like that of August here. So I'm like, I called them up. I'm like, dude, I just ordered one. Can I get another one for 50? The one guy said no. And then I reach out to another girl, Lisa, and she says, I talked to the manager and they're able to send me another one out. So yes, I do have 2 cameras now, but sometimes it takes a little bit to go live just because of my internet and the cell service. But yeah, it's starting to go up now. So we are live now, and I can actually see people down in the cul-de-sac by my property for some reason. But so you get live view, I can hear sound, you know, you just can't talk to them. But I think it's pretty cool, guys, that you can you know, go live at any time and check some things out. So that's the live view, guys, on the Tactacam.